everyone? Welcome to another episode of Character Create. I'm Aaron Blecha. I'm an illustrator and character designer, mostly do children's books. But I like to share, I do a lot of workshops with schools and galleries along with my exhibition, Alien, Zombies, and Monsters. But for this episode, episode number 3, I'm going to do one of my favorite monsters, Bigfoot. But I'm going to make Bigfoot as a DJ. So he's spinning some records in the forest for all the woodland creatures and other creepy crawlies and little creatures there, critters. So all you need is these tools. You need pencil, pen, paper. That's all you need, the 3 Ps. So I'm going to start with my pencil, and I draw really lightly, and just to kind of get a feel of it. So he's going to be... what I'm going to start with is, if you can, he's going to be kind of a wavy character. So I'm just going to start with a kind of wobbly rectangle here in the middle. He's kind of a big bulky guy. So I'm going to use kind of these kind of shapes, rectangle, squares, and the famous shape called banana. And everyone says like, banana's not a real shape. Well, I think it is, like, for me, is like the go-to shape in a lot of the arms and legs. So I'm going to do a circle above there, like a wobbly circle, and look how scratchy I'm drawing. It's okay to make mistakes. And then I'm going to draw another circle above here. That's his head up here. So I'm going to do something called a through line or an action line. Let's draw a line. So I'm not going to draw him straight up and down. And that's okay if you want to. But I'm going to give him a bit of motion because he's playing some records. He's playing some music. He's dancing. So I'm going to give him a little through line here. So remember I said about those bananas. So for his arm here, I'm going to draw a banana coming off the top corner of that first rectangle. Okay? That's where his arm's going to be. And his other one is going to be up above his head. So another banana shape above here. And big feet or Sasquatch. They're kind of ape-like. Part human, part ape. Part something else, I think. So, and then I'm going to draw 2 little squares underneath that first rectangle. Hopefully I want you to draw really lightly because we're just planning it out. It's like your blueprint of your character, your skeleton sort of. And then we're going to draw on top of this with pen. So go back to the good old banana shape. This is going to be a little bit more of a macaroni noodle shape, actually. So this is his leg coming down. And we know why they're called Bigfoot. He's called Bigfoot, or they are. So I'm going to do a long rectangle there. And that's going to just placeholder for everything. So, and then I'm going to draw kind of a straight. Another thing to think about when you're doing characters, do a mix of straights and curves. Curves and straights you want to do. And I'm going to draw this foot and another rectangle down here for his foot. Coming down like this. Putting a little bit of a curve on it because it's organic. And these squares, I'm going to those little squares I drew down there are going to be, he's going to have like some shorts on or something. It's going to be summertime. So that's kind of so here's coming together. I'm kind of refining my lines. So now on this first banana shape, I'm going to do some more noodly part here and for his thumb over here, and that's going to be his hand. And up here, I'm going to draw kind of 3, I'm almost going off the paper here, hopefully you can see that. kind of 3 banana shapes there, and that's going to be his kind of big, he's going to have like long, you know, gorilla fingers and hands and stuff. So he's kind of noodly kind of guy, but he's just kind of dancing. So, okay, this is working out. I'm going to give him a shirt. So I'm going to it's going to maybe open. So I'm going to draw 2 curvy rectangles over here. And again, you don't have to draw exactly how I'm doing it. If you want to have your character wearing something else, or, you know, go for it. He can be wearing cowboy boots or high heels or flip-flops or whatever you want. I'm going to draw a rectangle here. He's going to have some sweatbands. So, okay, let's go to his face here. I'm going to do, he's going to be smiling really big. So I'm going to do a big old kind of bean shape here, curved mouth. I'm going to draw around that. So I'm going to draw his eyes really kind of small. He's going to have small eyes up here. Now he's going to draw 2 circles for eyes, depending on the character. And he's going to have a big old nose. So you can do, this is kind of a gourd shape, or a, I don't know, he's kind of just a vegetable shape, kind of bulbous nose. Okay. And they're going to give a sweatband on his head here. So a little tiny rectangle there. And I'm going to give him some headphones. So 2 rounded rectangles on each side of his head. And I'm going to do a little bit of hair on top there. Okay, and I'll worry about these details, but I'm going to do some curved. He's going to have like rounded teeth. I do these kind of rounded teeth for goofy characters. And I'll do a video about all these kind of little things, like little short videos about teeth, hands, fingers. I'll do all that stuff. I'm just kind of starting out, so I'm just trying to get some of these drawing videos in, and then I can do some detailed little short videos. Okay, so I'm pretty, okay, wait. I was gonna say I'm happy with that, but I'm gonna do you gotta do his decks here. So I'm gonna do a little small one here. He's gonna curved rectangle here where his decks are, and 2 circles for whatever he wants to put on there to play. And then, let's see here. I'm going to draw a little circle here with some lines coming off of it. And this is his little helper. I haven't worked this out yet, but his helper's going to be holding up his decks for him. Okay. So, all right. So that's this pencils for Bigfoot DJ. Then I'm going to go. Now you can do it with markers. I've got it's a little bit of a brush pen. So I'm just gonna go over everything now. So I'm gonna do his shirt. So I'm just gonna give him a floppy collar. Thinking maybe like a Hawaiian shirt, but it's like ripped through. So he couldn't quite fit in through it. So another collar over here, and then ripped sleeve there. Okay. So I'm going to have him be hairy. So he's going to have, there's lots of different ways of doing hair or fur. You can draw points like this, or they can all go one direction, sharp points, or they can all go, you could have a bit messier, and they're all going different places. One to going there, one down. Or you can just do little dashes if you want. I kind of do the little dashes for finer points. But I'm going to do the kind of messy up hair bit. So all over, to really mess it up. And then I'm going to do a sweatband. So kind of wobbly line there. And then maybe a little dashed, because it's kind of a soft fabric. So a band within the sweatband. So here's the fun bit. Here's the fingers. So he is, big guy. So he's going to have big sausage fingers, I guess, and his thumb. Gonna come out like that, and I'm gonna layer these fingers behind that first finger. Let's give him some big old fingernails, like that. And you could draw little lines for knuckle lines, like that. So he's slowly coming together. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here. So see my fur or hair lines here. The great thing is you can just kind of play with it. It's okay to make mistakes. You can have some just sticking out straight. And then we'll do something within it. We'll add some details within that. So again, I'm gonna do a little sweatband here. You don't have to do sweatbands. You could give him a watch. You could give him whatever you want on his wrists. So he's gonna be going, he's kind of dancing. Woo. So I'm gonna give him some kind of like elongated fingers to kind of get a feeling of waving his hand around. And again, you can do some, and you can add as much detail in here if you want. You could give him a little bandage on one of his fingers. Maybe the hair comes out over that bit a little bit. Okay, it's coming together. Okay, great. See those banana shapes? I use those a lot. So I'm gonna give him a little bit of a belly here. Bigfoot got a belly. And then I'm gonna give him some short shorts here. Little stripe down the side. Now, sort of the same thing with the feet. And actually, I was gonna do some, I forgot to do them, but I was gonna add some socks on him that have been ripped through. Some like gym socks. So, maybe they're not perfectly, they're ripped all over, up and down. So like leg warmers or something, but they're like those classic kind of gym socks with the straight, with the lines on them. Okay, like that. And again, you can do whatever you want. You can give him polka dot socks. You could give him checkerboard. You could not give him socks. So again, I'm gonna go do what I did for the arms, for the legs. So kind of relaxing doing the fur bit. Could put a bandage here. Okay, the fur's coming out the bottom, so it's kind of similar look to that. So here's his big old feet. I think I made a little mistake there, but no one will really know what you intended. But I wanted to get all of his feet in there, so I draw his little heel, his big toe, and I do everything kind of cartoony, so I don't do all 5 fingers and toes. I just do 4. Cartoon's all about like simplification. So I draw a little shadow there to kind of show where he's based here. Ooh, he's coming together. I like him. So yeah, he's one of my fave monsters. I think he's real though. There's some cool evidence about him. Okay, so here he is. There's his, I'm gonna do his head next. But I really like to do the face. So circles for his eyes, and they don't have to be exactly the same. I'm gonna draw a little, he's really excited, so he's got little pupils right in the middle of it. And he's got kind of big eyebrows, bushy eyebrows. And his nose here, whoa. Like that. I'm gonna put 2 little nostrils at the bottom of it. I'm gonna give him some kind of sideburns and a beard all around his face. And you could draw yours as a female Sasquatch too, or anything like that. So a headband up here, same design as his wrist ones. And his hair out here. It's looking pretty cool. And his headphones. Nice, there we go. And his big old mouth. And his rounded teeth. I don't like to do them all the same size. Maybe you can space them out a little bit. And I draw like a curved line inside for his tongue. And we can just fill that in if you want. I'll do some color videos eventually, but fill that in. Okay. Coming together. Right, so I'm gonna give him a little gold chain here. You can put whatever you want on there. I'm just gonna do a big B for Bigfoot, or maybe his name is Barry or Brian. Okay, let's before we get to his decks, I'm just gonna do a little pattern for his shirt. I'm just gonna do some flowers. Really simple. You could do palm trees, flamingos, leaves, whatever kind of repeating pattern you want to do if you want to make like a tropical shirt. Cool. Coming together. All right, great. So now his decks and his little helper. So I'm gonna do two little like records here. They're flat because they're at an angle to view, and I'm gonna put a little needle coming over. And then in the middle, typically you've got these sliders and buttons that control everything from the volume to bass to speed. So, okay. Then maybe there's like some speakers on the side here. Just do like a little crosshatch pattern for speakers. I could make one bouncing over here. So I'm gonna draw this little helper. Got his fingers underneath. His arms coming down. And I'm gonna do a variation on this little green fuzzy guy I always put in all my artwork. His name is Fungi, and he kind of is just hiding in a lot of my work. So I'm gonna draw him here. He's just a green fuzzball. So, and he's just gonna be kind of hopping around holding this, trying to keep up with Bigfoot. So I'm gonna draw these little motion lines around, give it some motion. I do some kind of wobbly lines, or the two little kind of punctuation mark. And I'll do a video on that, on all kind of action lines and emotion lines in comics. So I can put, and you can do little, you know, if you want to do some musical notes coming out. And there's, you know, variations of musical notes here. So there he is. There's Bigfoot DJ. Hope you like that one. Come back every week. I'm going to be posting a video, drawing video, and then I'm going to start doing little mini ones about tips and tricks as well. So hope you like that. Leave any suggestions in the comments or share your artwork with me on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. Would love to see it. Thank you. Bye.